Yes, tonight on Nationwide we go boldly where no man has been before, to the Star Trek clubs around the country, in Bristol, Birmingham and Manchester. Andromeda, activate.
In the name of Beyond Antares, Wimborne and Dorset, I salute you.
In the name of Sturb, Star Trek Enterprises, Ratcliffe-on-Trent branch, live long and prosper.
In the name of STAG, Star Trek Action Group of Wigston, Leicester, peace and brotherhood.
From Nationwide Mission Control in London, welcome. Now, I hope you didn't find being materialised too painful, because 3 of you are now going to be dematerialised. Andromeda, be a pet, will you? Stack the visitors from Bristol and Manchester and retain Mrs. Elson. You have a more serious philosophy, do you not, based on the series?
Yes. This is peace and brotherhood.
Well, even if it sounds strange, I gather that you were recently in New York for a great Star Trek conference. And how many people turned up for this?
I think the final figure was 18,000, but on the 2 major days it was about 16,000 in one hotel.
And what's your reaction if I say that people might be puzzled at adults getting so enthusiastic and wound into what, after all, is a children's program?
It isn't a children's program. Star Trek was made for adults.
Right, that's said very firmly. Now, Andromeda, be a pet again, and can you dematerialise Birmingham and activate, if you will, Manchester? I mean, this is much more superb and efficient than Star Trek. I'll upset them by saying that. There they are, with Michael Rossiter on the left, John Hind on the right. Now, could I ask Michael, is this interest of yours in space, in moonshots, or is it actually the series itself and the characters, or what?
It's just the series itself. I like the characters and the Star Trek episodes. I think they're all very good.
I understand that you issue a newsletter,
Yes.
right, to people. What ages of people take your newsletter?
All ages. I think our youngest member is 10 years old and our oldest is 65. So there's a 55-year gap between the members. But that doesn't make any difference at all.
Right. Thank you very much. Now, Andromeda, you're doing awfully well. No trouble, the button's good. Now, can you dematerialise Manchester and activate Bristol? Absolutely marvellous. Sheila Hull, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
What's the appeal for you of this series?
Well, there's so much. When I first got interested in Star Trek, it was mainly I liked the actors, but as soon as I got to know everybody else who was fans of the program, everybody has something in common. You find fantastic amounts of friendships. This is one of the main things that all Star Trek fans, say that they find.
Thank you very much, all of you. Now, Andromeda, can you please materialise all right, my dear? Materialise all for an astral farewell.
In the name of Beyond Antares, Wimborne and Dorset, farewell.
In the name of Sturb, Star Trek Enterprises, Ratcliffe-on-Trent branch, farewell.
In the name of STAG, bring back Star Trek. Farewell.
Dematerialise. Thank you, Star Trekkers, all from Nationwide Control. They were marvellous sports. They're very keen to have the program back, and I'm in the very happy position to tell all Star Trekkers that the BBC is putting out another series of repeats at the end of July. Not new programs, repeats. Well, we've had a bit of fun with this, but it just shows how seriously people can take this kind of thing. I mean, it's only a program. Quite extraordinary.